Veronica is a new horror movie that hit Netflix this week, and it is a really interesting take on the possession subgenre of horror that I really enjoyed and would recommend, especially for horror and possession fans.
Veronica.
So this movie is in Spanish and is subtitled in English, of course. So I really didn't mind at all though. So I think that if you're a fan of horror, you should. But if you're scared of subtitles, it's worth facing your fears and watching the movie. And it's in Madrid, and it's in 1991, and this teen girl Veronica, of course, she gets together with her friends on the during a solar eclipse, and they want to play Ouija, which is always a bad thing, but they want to play Ouija during the eclipse, like in the basement of their Catholic school, and she wants to talk to her dead father, and I like a lot of they did that. Most of the possession sort of films, they're either about they're Christian demons. I know there's that one movie that was like a Jewish demon, and I think this is kind of like almost like a Mayan demon sort of thing, and I wish they almost went with that a little bit more. Like they have just a little bit of like the quick exposition scenes, like in the classroom, talking about it. But I mean, the idea of that is really cool. That that they believed during eclipses they had sacrificed children to the gods or whatever, and that that is a really cool idea. And when it's the rest of the film is kind of like things starting to go wrong, and her being possessed or things happening around the house, and she has three younger siblings, and her mom works all the time, so she's never there. And like the haunting of this demon, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's CGI, I think, and I mean it looks almost like a mummy without the wrappings. But I think that nothing, you don't see it too clearly, so that it is kind of scary. And I like what they do. It's sometimes it's annoying with horror films where there's a scare that is just for the viewer, and like the actual character in the movie doesn't see it yet. But I like what they did, where it was just there watching. Like you see it, and like she would turn off the TV, and you would see it behind her, and then like she would walk off, and the things would turn its head watching her go by. I think it's kind of spooky and kind of eerie. I like that they didn't really do too many jump scares. Like it went more for like the creepiness, and I think it really worked. And some of the kids are a little goofy, but the actual the main character Veronica, played by Sandra Escacina, she was excellent. I really liked her performance, and she did a really great job. As doing all the scariness, being haunted, and like having to go on, like having bruises show up, and she's like freaking out, but things keep going worse and worse, and she has to try to defend her little brother and their other siblings from this creature that wants their souls or whatever. And I really liked it. I mean, I would have liked even more of like the different stuff of like the other like supernatural, like other than it's different from the Christian ones. And I like some of them what they did. Like there's this one nun that's blind, and she tries to help her out a little bit. And I would like even more of that, some of that stuff where shows it's different from all the other possession movies. But still, it's a great possession horror film. And I think that if you have Netflix, I would definitely recommend checking it out. I'd probably give it like an 8.5 out of 10. But thanks for watching. Share other video playlists around my head. Subscribe to me over here. Thanks.